This is Canon 2 Propriety, Sections 11 to 20 under Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability. Section 11 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about false representations or statements and the duty to correct. This means a lawyer shall not make false representations or statements. A lawyer shall be liable for any material damage caused by such false representations or statements. Section 11 also talks about that a lawyer shall not, in demand letters or other similar correspondence, make false representations or statements or impute civil, criminal, or administrative liability without factual or legal basis. A lawyer shall correct false or inaccurate statements and information made in relation to an application for admission to the bar, any pleading, or any other document required by or submitted to the court, tribunal, or agency as soon as its falsity or inaccuracy is discovered or made known to him or her. Section 12 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about the duty to report dishonest, deceitful, or misleading conduct. This means a lawyer shall immediately inform a court, tribunal, or other government agency of any dishonest, deceitful, or misleading conduct related to a matter being handled by said lawyer before such court, tribunal, or other government agency. Section 12 also discusses that a lawyer shall also report to the appropriate authority any transaction or unlawful activity that is required to be reported under relevant laws, including the submission of covered and suspicious transactions under regulatory laws such as those concerning anti-money laundering. When disclosing or reporting the foregoing information to the appropriate court, tribunal, or other government agency, the lawyer shall not be deemed to have violated the lawyer's duty of confidentiality. Any such information shall be treated with strict confidentiality. But take note, a baseless report shall be subject to civil, criminal, or administrative action. Now, Section 13 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about imputation of a misconduct, impropriety, or crime without basis. This means a lawyer shall not directly or indirectly impute to or accuse another lawyer of a misconduct, impropriety, or a crime in the absence of factual or legal basis. Neither shall a lawyer directly or indirectly file or cause to be filed or assist in the filing of frivolous or baseless administrative, civil, or criminal complaints against another lawyer. Section 14 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about remedy for grievances in cases of insinuation of improper motive. This means a lawyer shall submit grievances against any officer of a court, tribunal, or other government agency only through the appropriate remedy and before the proper authorities. Statements insinuating improper motive on the part of any such officer which are not supported by substantial evidence shall be ground for disciplinary action. Section 15 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about improper claim of influence or familiarity. This means a lawyer shall observe propriety in all dealings with officers and personnel of any court, tribunal, or other government agency, whether personal or professional. Familiarity with such officers and personnel that will give rise to an appearance of impropriety, influence, or favor shall be avoided. A lawyer shall not make claims of power, influence, or relationship with any officer of a court, tribunal, or other government agency. Section 16 under Canon 2 Propriety talks about the duty to report life-threatening situations. This means a lawyer who has reasonable grounds to believe that a life-threatening situation is likely to develop in relation to any proceeding in any court, tribunal, or other government agency shall immediately report the same to the proper authorities. Section 17 under Canon 2, Propriety, talks about non-solicitation and impermissible advertisement. This means a lawyer shall not, directly or indirectly, solicit or appear to solicit legal business. A lawyer shall not directly or indirectly advertise legal services on any platform or media, except with the use of dignified, verifiable, and factual information, including biographical data, contact details, fields of practice, services offered, and the like, so as to allow a potential client to make an informed choice. In no case shall the permissible advertisement be self-laudatory. Furthermore, a lawyer, law firm, or any of their representatives shall not pay or give any benefit or consideration to any media practitioner, award-giving body, professional organization, or personality in anticipation of or in return for publicity or recognition to attract legal representation, service, or retainership. Section 18, Canon 2, Propriety, talks about prohibition against self-promotion. This means a lawyer shall not make public appearances and statements in relation to a terminated case or legal matter for the purpose of self-promotion, self-aggrandizement, or to seek public sympathy. Section 19, under Canon 2, Propriety, talks about sub judice rule. This means a lawyer shall not use any forum or medium to comment or publicize opinion pertaining to a pending proceeding before any court, tribunal, or other government agency that may cause a prejudgment or sway public perception as to impede, obstruct, or influence the decision of such court, tribunal, or other government agency, or which tends to tarnish the court or tribunal's integrity, or impute improper motives against any of its members, or create a widespread perception of guilt or innocence before a final decision. And finally, Section 20, under Canon 2, Propriety, talks about disclosure of relationship or connection. This means a lawyer shall, at the first available opportunity, formally disclose on record the lawyer's relationship or connection with the presiding officer of any court, tribunal, or other government agency, or any of its personnel, or the lawyer's partners, associates, or clients that may serve as a ground for mandatory inhibition in any pending proceeding before such court, tribunal, or other government agency. So that's it, sections 11 to 20 of Canon 2, which is all about propriety. Thank you.